Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse getting started right at 9:01, 9:02 a.m. A little bit late, That's right. Had to run downstairs and grab some water, and of course, the baby didn't want me to come back up here, so the nanny's downstairs with the baby, and here we are. But good to see your cute little face again. But here we go. Will Bitcoin drop below $100,000 today? That's the title, right? So it's kind of a watch party / we're going to cover all the watch lists, Bitcoin, altcoins, stocks. We'll take a look at all of them and see where we're at. And then in the second half of the live stream, we will cover your chart requests. Make sure to put in the ticker symbol. Make sure to put in the asset name and the type of asset class it is, like crypto or stock. Because when I search for it, sometimes the ticker symbols overlap between crypto and stock. So help me, and smash the like button. Hit the repost button or share this video with your this live stream with friends and family, and throwing in a little emoji helps me help you help me. So there we go. Before we jump right into it and start covering it, let's look here at, let's do what I said, right? Let's hit the like button. Let's hit the repost button and throw a quick emoji in there. Boom. That's it. So easy. Oh, Jesse, the Bitcoin bull is tired and may need to rest for another 11 months, right? Ugh. So, okay. Where are we going with this? I don't know. There we go. So if you're new to the channel, awesome. Welcome. If you're returning, even better. Good to see you back here. J.O., the man, the myth, the legend, the golfer, chessman, sniper for life, repost, my friends. Thank you. J.K. Should I stop trying? I don't know what you're talking about. So with that, what we're looking at here is the chart that I posted back on October 8th when Bitcoin was at $123,500. And I drew out, my version of where price could bounce, when it could bounce, how long it could possibly take out. And Bitcoin has been slightly ahead of schedule compared to what I drew out. I never expect the fractal that I draw out to work out exactly, but the bounces were placed at key target areas, right? Key target areas. So we're still continuing to watch this unfold in real time. We are at 100,488, and it's pushing lower, right? So much, the three ends, right? The three ends. There's so much of the three ends out there. The narratives, the news, and the noise, right? So the only thing you can trust is what you see on the charts. Right or wrong, right? How you interpret the charts depends, based off of your strategy, based off of your lens that you're seeing the charts through. Is it truly neutral, or is it a bullish lens, or is it a bearish lens, right? So all that plays a factor in it. So here we are trying to maintain the most neutral lens possible, and this chart continues to work out, and we're watching it in real time. So, but it's not the only chart we're going to be looking at today. Tesla, we'll come back over here. We'll come back to Tesla, but we want to, but we want to start off with Bitcoin. We are currently in target 3. Today would be a lower, if today closed at this price level, right? It would be the lowest candle close of this move, and it would take out this low pivot point over here, and this would be a lower high confirmed with a lower low, right? And it'd be the lowest candle close since May 7th, 2025, right? The lowest candle close since then. Yeah, we'll come back to it. So target 3, this would be the lowest candle close, right? We already had the lowest weekly candle close last week, right? We already talked about that. So it already took out the pivot point at 108,200. Many still calling for $200,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. Many hoping we'd still see $150,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. Many calling for $250,000, $500,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. All they had to do was flip after this weekly candle closed below here, right? It's better to be late than never, right? It's better to be late to the party than never. And you're going to start seeing the great flippening happen with experts, analysts, influencers, whatever you want to call them, right? They'll start flipping, right? So some have already flipped. Some want to flip, but they won't let themselves because of what they've been talking about the last, they'll hold on. They'll start playing it both ways, right? So the great flipping. Some have already flipped, right? Some will flip and some will never flip. The some that will flip will go through like a transition period. And I don't know if it's to save face. I don't know if it's to, while they're admitting wrong, hey, I'm also called it 50-50. We could do big arrow up or we could do big arrow down, right? So that will happen. And then the ones that never flip, that are late again from same accounts that look super late again, they still thought it was a bull run till April 2022, right? And then finally, when June 2022 happened, they became DCA bros. So it went from buy the dip bro to DCA bros. And, same thing is playing out in real time again. So here we are, right? Had this weekly close below here, confirming a lower low on the weekly chart. So a lower high, followed by a lower low. And here we go, right? So back into target 3, target 4. We get a daily candle close at this level or lower, target 4 probabilities will increase a lot. There's several reasons why Bitcoin topped October 6th, and we've been covering it every day since then. So it's a strong probability. It's a high probability that the Bitcoin top was October 6th. Breaking news. Here we are 1 month and a week later, right? Or is that 5 or 6 weeks? I don't know, right? So there's a weekly chart, right? We talked about the 2-week chart. Candle close below the trending dots. It's not a good sign. 3-week chart. If the 3-week chart gets a candle close below the trending dots, it's another milestone that the bear market has started. You can see it bounced here in June 2021. It bounced here in November 2021. And then once there was a candle close on the 3-week chart below the trending dots, it was January 2022. So it was already pretty late to the party. Here we are again. It bounced July 2024. It bounced March 2025. It bounced again in October/November, whenever this candle was, an overlap of October and November, but it bounced off of it, and now it's coming back down to it. So if you maybe not this 3-week candle, but maybe the next one, which would be in December. It closes below it, similar to over here. So down here like this, and then close below it. So this 3-week candle or the next one, maybe another milestone that it's the bear market, right? That it's a prolonged retracement of this entire move. Huge move. This is a massive move from the bottoms. We were buying originally at 16,800, right? That's a 650% move. It's an amazing move, right? Not as high as many had hoped or myself had hoped, but it's still an amazing move nonetheless if you're buying at the bottom. So on the monthly chart, and if you look over here, right, the bearish engulfing candle, follow through. Bearish engulfing candle, follow through. So the odds are that after the bearish engulfing candle that we were going to see lower prices, and we have. So it's not 100%, but when you add them all up together, the probabilities get closer and closer to that number, right? It's never 100%, but the probabilities continue to increase, not decrease. So there we are on that. We don't have any affiliate links or sponsors like that, so we have to come back in and talk about Market Sniper Pro over here. It's the only thing we have, right? We are our own person. We are our own website, stuff like that. So $49 a month, automation, right? The features. I got to update the website because we added the dashboard. Shout out to Alex. We added the dashboard, so you get the sharpshooter candles, 4.21. You get the sharpshooter RSI, 3.2, right? 3.2, and then you get the dashboard, right? You get the dashboard too. So originally the $49 didn't even include the dashboard, but the dashboard is ready for prime time, and it's going to just only get better. The dashboard is at its worst that it'll ever be. Just think about that. These trading bots are at the worst that they'll ever be. They'll only continue to get better from here. I don't have any plans to make these ones any better, but I'll be rolling out the other, I don't know, there's like 30 more trading bots. So it just takes time. I'm going to plan to get like one new one out every week or every 2 weeks. And so the next one will probably be, I don't know, this week's almost over. So the third one will probably be next week. So this is at $49. This is the worst it's ever going to be. It's only going to get better from here. And at some point, we'll have to increase the prices. But right now, we're still in the process of building. So we're going to focus on that. You get the private Discord. You get the private channels within the Discord. You get the two trading bots, 100% fully automated, right? You can fully automate it, and there's a million ways you can customize it, back test it, all that stuff before deploying real money. So I always recommend, based off a trial and error over 3.5 years, back test it. If the strategy looks good, then run it on a paper trading account, 100% automated. And then once that has been proven for at least 30 days, then I would recommend going and using your live account. So with that. So there we go. What else? I sent out an email, free email. What is it? The indicator.pro. Is Bitcoin in a bear market? 3+ reasons why Bitcoin has entered a bear market. Blah, blah, blah. It's all free. That's free. So what else? I think that's about it. 100,725. Yeah. So I made it simple. So if it closes below the orange line, we've been talking about this. This orange line is tiny support. The major support was up at 108,200-ish. That was the major support. That's where the battle was at. And the Bears won that battle. The Bears won that battle. So that was the major support, and it was already lost. This is tiny support. So I didn't expect it to hold, number one. But number two, I didn't expect it to hold for very long. So we'll see. Get a candle close below it. The probabilities will continue to increase that we're going to hit target 4. And target 4 is somewhere in between like 92 to $95,000, which doesn't seem that far off now, right? Oh, great call, Jesse. Well, we laid out target 4 at the top, right? So it's like a 5 to 7% drop from here. But we were talking about it all the way at the top up here. So it's already down, that'll be down 25% once you get down to that area. And then if it starts breaking below target 4, which the higher time frames look like they are leaning that way, and if it were to retest all the way down here, then it's a 40% correction. And, how many more milestones do you need that we're not going to hit new all-time highs by the end of the year, and that we won't see a significant, expect bounces and rallies along the way, but won't be expecting a new all-time high anytime in the near future. So let's go back over here, and then you go to let's see which one. Bitcoin futures look the same, right? Target 4 actually lines up with the small gap as well. I see a lot of people posting the gap from over here, or is it? I don't know. There was a tiny gap over here that people were posting, and then we were going to go see a new all-time high. Oh, right here. Now that the $112,000 gap is filled, we can go higher. Nobody was posting that I saw, and I'm sure there were, but $92,000. It's a small gap. So, it's not a significant gap, but the small gap lines up with target 4. So to me, it's more important. If it was just a small gap by itself, it's not as important. But there's a lot of like filler that needs to be happening, that would need to happen over here, you would think, right? So here we are. Bitcoin futures is showing the same thing, except for the low is at 100,000. The pivot's at 104,000. I'm sorry, 100,400. So we're continuing to watch that. This is the weekly chart on Bitcoin, right? Had the sell signal, had the buy signal back up to retest the train dots, but we said we don't trust it, right? We don't trust it because it's below the train dots and right around hovering it. And there's several other reasons why, the bearish divergence, blah, 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 right? The train dots are red again. After this last weekly sell signal, we have follow through, right? Starts with a wick. It's not how the candle starts, it's how it closes. Started with the wick, and now it's down here, right? 100,000. So still have Friday, or still the rest of today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So still have a few days remaining. Who knows if it's going to come all the way down to here. This would be where shorter term target 4 is. And this fractal kind of lines up with that too. So there's so many reasons why we can see Bitcoin at target 4, $93,000, $94,000. And this was based off Heikin Ashi as well. So if you flip to Heikin Ashi, had the sell signal. So it looks like follow through after that. I don't expect this fractal to play out exactly, right? But this was 2022 fractal, right? And then hopefully, just as the market bosses gave us bearish divergence at the top again, hopefully they give us bullish divergence at the bottom again, whether it's at target 4, retest the 200-week moving average, maybe come all the way wick down to target 5, like it did in 2022, came all the way down to target 5. So we'll see. And then it had bullish divergence, and so on and so on, right? So on and so on. So that's the weekly. We talked about this. We've been covering it. Switch back. We lost this range. This is for all the range guys, right? We lost this range up here. It did not break out of this range to make new all-time highs, right? So now it's back into this older range. And the range guys would tell you that would go to the bottom of the range. If they're objectively looking at this chart, and if they're looking at this chart without and if they're looking at this chart with a clear lens, right? And you're a range guy. So if you're a range guy, range trader, right? And you're looking at this with a clear and neutral lens, this range would tell you that price to come back down and retest it. It may take some time to play out. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a weekly chart, right? It's a weekly chart. You get the trending dots way up here, right? So I would expect it to take time to play out. It may not, but at some point it'll also retest the trending dots, right? Whether that is similar to this path or not, right? Who knows? But a retest of the trending dots eventually. And if it comes all the way down to the bottom of the range, maybe it'll rally for a couple months. Maybe not. Or maybe this is the rally for a couple months. And then if it breaks this range, then you would know that, hey, we're, 1 year later, we might be retesting the 200, 6 to 9 months later, we might be retesting the 200-week moving average, and so on and so on. So it's all speculation, right? It's all pure speculation. It's just kind of what I see in the charts. We're no longer at $2.5 trillion. So the market cap has decreased $500 billion already. This would be the bottom of the range would be a $1 trillion correction already, right? Not a $2 trillion increase, which has never happened within less than 60 days by the end of the year, right? Many calling for $4 trillion market cap of Bitcoin by the end of the year. That's about $200,000. It's trending in the wrong direction. So the odds of that happening by the end of this year, slim to none, right? Trying to stay as neutral as possible, slim to zero, slim to zero. So that's what we're looking at, the range. Again, we've talked about it. We covered it. The bearish divergence on the weekly chart, the lower high confirmed with the lower low, right? 3-week chart, long-term bearish divergence, and eventually price catches up. You got the MACD 3-week chart crossover, right? Monthly chart, we talked about it. Long-term bearish divergence, could see an RSI sell signal in the near future, and then you would see that a buy signal most likely won't happen for a while, right? And even if you look at the MACD, I don't know what the settings I have it on right now, but let's see. Let's go like that. MACD. Yeah, so I have it on 10. So it's a more aggressive number than the default 12. But you can see the monthly crossover was January, bearish crossover was January 2022. You had the bullish crossover June 2023. And now it's crossing over November 2025 on this more aggressive setting. 11 is very close. The default 12 is getting closer and closer, right? So there's still 2 weeks left in this month. So whether it crosses over this month or not, remains to be seen. But there were other signs, not just waiting for this, right? This is extremely lagging, But you had the bearish divergence here on the histogram, followed by the red. You have the bearish divergence on the histogram, followed by the red, right? So as there is divergences, price will eventually catch up. And that's what we're seeing in real time. As Bitcoin hits 100,000, $100,000, $200, whatever. Just hit 100,000 so I don't have to say the 200, 100,000-ish, right? So there's been signs. Then price will eventually catches up. Imagine being bearish down here. Imagine being bullish up here, right? This is what you saw a lot with the influencers and the experts and the ones selling courses with high subscription costs and all that stuff, right? There were large accounts selling courses, CMT certified, blah, blah, blah. They were bullish all the way till April 2022 and beyond, and right there, right? Imagine how late to the party they were. They were still thinking we're going to see all-time highs, right? They still were saying we're going to see all-time highs. Then down here, who knows if they were bullish or not, right? Maybe. We were January 4th, 2023. I bought my first 5x lever. Well, I took my first 5x leverage Bitcoin long at 16,800. So I was bullish there. I'm not bullish here, right? I'm not bullish here. I wasn't bullish here. Track record shows. And I was bullish down here. It's pretty like this is oversimplifying, right? This is oversimplifying. There's a lot more that goes into it. There's, the divergences, trying to, see the pivot and not be 2-3 months behind, right? I mean, late is better than never, but I just think we can do better than just a monthly MACD with a fast length of 10, right? So that's what I aim for. I aim to be better than this MACD. So, but if you're still bullish while the MACD is crossing over on this monthly, you might as well just use the monthly MACD, right? If you're still bullish right now, you have to look long in the mirror. Look at yourself for a long time in the mirror. And you have to say, if I'm still bullish today, I probably should just quit investing and trading and just follow the MACD, right? So, or abandon your strategy, because this is like the last milestone, not the first. So if it's the very last milestone and your strategy is still bullish and you're still calling for $200,000 Bitcoin, no matter what the three ends are happening, the narratives, the news, the noise, government shutdown is back up. Great. It was 43 days of government shutdown, right? Interest rates, QT ending, tariffs, XRP ETFs, right? Like whatever is out there, or the talking heads calling for $200,000. It's no longer a 4-year cycle; it's a 5-year cycle. Okay, well, even if you don't think about the 4 or 5-year cycle, you could just look at the MACD monthly chart, right? From this crossover to this crossover was 516 days. From this crossover to this potential crossover, which probably happened, 884 days. 884 plus 5 is 1300. It's about 4 years, right? So from here to here, let's see, what is that? Crossover to crossover, 46 months. So, okay, I guess it's not the 4-year cycle. It's a 46-month cycle. 1,400 days, right? From bearish MACD crossover to bearish MACD crossover. Doesn't look like the 5-year cycle to me. Doesn't look like the 6-year cycle to me. Doesn't look like the 7-year cycle to me, right? Looks like this MACD bearish crossover is happening 46 months later. So you just have to be able to block the noise. Easier said than done. When everyone is so adamant that they're right, you have to be able to trust what you see in the charts. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we can look at it. Yep. Yep. You have to be able to trust what you see on the charts. There were warning signs, right? And then red. There were and a crossover on the monthly. There are warning signs and then crossover in red, right? So the month isn't over, but it's trending that way right now, and we'll see what happens. But you have to take accountability for yourself, right? You have to trust what you see on the charts. I show you what I see in the charts, right or wrong. But I'm not trying to push a narrative. I'm just showing you. And the bears will hate my posts, and did hate my posts in January 2023. The bears hated it, right? The bears were all on my side all of 2022, and the bulls hated my posts. So, it's fine. It's whatever. Who cares? I have thick skin. You can thank my family for that. I have thick skin. Thanks, Thomas. And welcome back, by the way. So that's Bitcoin. Like I said, you got the bearish divergence on the monthly chart, 3-week chart, 2-week chart, weekly chart, blah, 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 right? Everything we just covered. So here we are. Here we are on the weekly chart. We're getting away from the all-time highs and moving away from that. We are not trending upward anymore. And depending on what exchange you're looking at, from wick to wick, it's been 21.5% correction so far. And price is currently down almost 21%, right? So almost 21%. And if you're still ultra bullish right now, and you're looking at these higher time frames reverse, you're pretty late to the party, down 21%. So there you go. There you go. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I'm just showing you what I see in the charts. What else? It's basically, yeah. So this would be the lowest candle close since May 7th. We're back into the dead smack of target 3. It bounced. It bounced. It bounced. It bounced. Multiple bounces. And so you get a close below this $100,000 level. You get a close below the pivot points, right? Even though the lowest pivot point is 100,086. You get a close below that today. And of course, closes below target 3. You're going to see target 4 get hit then, right? If it closes like at these prices, which the day's not over, or lower, the probabilities of target 4 getting hit will continued to increase dramatically, right? When all 4 targets were laid out, at that moment, it's not a high probability that target 4 is gonna get hit. It's a high probability that target 1 will be hit, and as time goes along, as targets get hit, the probabilities increase that we're gonna hit lower targets, not decrease and go higher, right? So, that's all we do is try to stack the probabilities. Dang. Ethereum dropped below target 3. We talked about that. Closed back below it. Continued to keep waking up and trapping more bulls, right? So we said once it closed below target 3 again, the probabilities increase that we're coming back to revisit target 4. Then we'll see about target 5. And then ultimately the 200-week moving average maybe. All go. I wanted a bounce. That was a terrible bounce. One target, right? One target. Terrible bounce. That's looking at it neutral with the hopes of seeing a substantial bounce, and we didn't get it. I would love for Algo to hit 4 targets. It didn't happen. And now it's back below the trending dots. But we've never called it alt season. When I put out the post, it was a bounce with maybe a possibility of a mini alt season, like turning into a mini alt season, but it would take time to play out. Why? Because the weekly chart is bearish and we're well below the trending dots on the weekly chart. So the best case scenario of this potential bounce back here was trending dots, maybe all the way up to the 200-week moving average, which would have been a great bounce. But in hindsight, it hit target 1 and then reversed, right? So that's why we didn't think it was going to be alt season. So people have been calling alt season for 4 years, right? I wanted a bounce. I wanted this to break out and come all the way up here, but know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Kenny Rogers, baby. There you go. XRP, all the ETF talk, right? Looks the same. Cardano, back below the 200-week moving average. That's not good. That's not good. A downward sloping 200-week moving average and price, and you get a weekly close back below the 200-week moving average. We're not going to see that signals we are not going to see a new all-time high for a very long time. We haven't seen a new all-time high since August 2021 on Cardano. So no matter what the talking heads say, no matter how much they want it to happen, that ship sailed in the shorter term, like we talked about, once we saw the 200-week moving average decrease. Once December 2024, the 200-week moving average started to have a declining slope, we are no longer going to see a new all-time high on Cardano in the near future. Very, very basic. This is very, very basic. So if you were thinking from December 2024 all the way till today that while there's a downward sloping 200-week moving average, which is very bearish, that we're going to see a new all-time high within the next couple of months, it's not good. Oh, my man, Mike double G over here. Good morning, replay crew here. Dang, you're up early because you're in Australia. Great daily videos. Can you please chart AG for us? Yep. So AG stock. Oh, silver miner. I was thinking AGQ. AGQ. Is it AG or AGQ? Is it 2X bull ETF long play $12 entry? Is it just AG? I'll take a look at it. For sure, I'll take a look at it. So since December, the middle of December of 2024, Cardano, 3:40 a.m. Yeah, Looks of trades on, hard to sleep. Oh, lots of trades on. Yeah, hard to sleep. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. So, there you go. Yep. Yep. Lots. Yep. That's what I thought. So, since the middle of December 2024, you can see a downward sloping 200-week moving average. It's not that it can't reverse and start increasing higher. It just means that it would take time to play out. It would take a while for the ship to get turned around. Oh, shoot. Breaking news. Breaking news. Bitcoin just went sub $100,000 while we are on the live stream. Woo-wee. Oof. Oof. Yep. We are not making all-time highs right now. $99,940. You can see it on X and YouTubers and all that. Who the separation became real, right? The separation from who's calling the top and who's not. You can't call the top. The top is in hindsight. Only thing you can do is call a local top. I definitely called the local top, right? Definitely called the local top, and there's several reasons why it could have been. Let me turn the music here. Several reasons why it could have been the top. I called this local top over here, and I said there are reasons why it could be the top, but that will be in hindsight. And then in April 11th, I posted that there was bullish divergence on the daily chart. It was breaking out April 11th, and the targets were set to the upside. All those targets were hit. And I mentioned if we break through target 4, which it did, then we could see much higher prices. And then it did. So we didn't hold on to it's a bear market. We said there is a possibility it's entered a bear market, but it's too early to say. And then we talked about the bullish divergence back here. This is all bullish divergence, and we talked about it. We covered it. And then on that buy signal, right, we had it drawn out like that. We did have it drawn out like that. And then there was a buy signal, and the reversal was on, and the targets were set all on April 11th, right? So I'm a swing trader first and foremost. That I am, right? And then we try to look at higher time frames to determine if the local top is going to turn into something bigger like the top. But you're not going to just pick the top out of a hat and be right. You know, I mean, I guess you could get lucky, but the ones that still haven't called the top, they didn't call the local top. They didn't call the last local top. They didn't call the 2021 local top or the top. So they missed it again. They missed it again. So history repeats, rhymes, right? They missed the local topic, and then they also missed the top again, most likely, right? So you'll see more continue to flip over time, but they're late, right? Woo-wee. The rocket ship. it's going in the wrong direction. Yeah. So there we are. $100,000 Bitcoin. Price went below. Excuse me. Strong water. Price went below it again. So went below 100,000, went below it. Did that one go below it? No, that one didn't. That day did not. Went below it, and now it's gone below it again. So you get a candle close below $100,000, and that is a psychological mind, you know what, for retail, right? But it's not the significant support. The significant support, in my opinion, was the 108,200, and we lost that on the weekly chart. So target 3 is not as strong of support as, say, the weekly at 108,200-ish, in my opinion, right? Obviously, none of this financial advice, obviously for educational purposes only. And hopefully we have a little bit of fun along the way, whether that's making fun of me or not. So that's what we're watching in real time. So still in a downtrend. Right? Still in a downtrend. Wouldn't want to take out this pivot point over here if you think we're going to make new all-time highs. Right? Not much support below there. Not even target 4 will probably save people, but bounce around, sure. But that's what we're watching. Futures, Bitcoin. Also, what's going on in the market, the rest of the market, right? Oof. Tesla. Dang, we're going to hit 2 targets today? Wow. Wow. Breaking news. Are we going to move this, or are they going to front run it, right? It's getting stopped right at it right now. 399. Should I adjust this so it looks like it hit it? No, I don't care. I don't care that much. But 2 targets in one day? Wow. Dang. You got the gap at 396.52. Got another small gap at 338. Expect bounces along the way, right? There'll be profit taking. There will be profit taking. And then, you know, probably like this. Right? That's kind of how I see it put possibly. Oh. We don't need that on right now. Let's move over here. You know, it's possible we see something like that play out, right? Maybe not. Maybe it just hits all 4 targets and then collapses. I mean, not collapse, but who knows? It's just eventually the training dots get retested. So whenever that is, you know, whether that's down here, right? Eventually the training dots will be retested. We just don't know when, or the moving averages, or whatever you want, whatever you're looking at, right? SMC. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Coming all the way back in the 200-week moving average again, right? The magnet is too strong. TQQQQQQ. PLTR. NVIDIA. Google. Amazon. Russell 2000 coming in for target 1. Right? Right? Yep. Yep. Dollar is dropping too. One target. That's it. SQQ. Pending buy Zeta. Ah. Maybe. What else? Dang. Yep. Like I mentioned. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? PayPal. Coin. There goes Coinbase. See, that was July 2025. Seems like it's coming all the way back down to 200. Maybe. All these gaps are going to be filled. iBit. HODL. That's what I'm talking about, right? So all those gaps are going to be filled, most likely. Head and Shoulders brings it all the way down to $26. Whether today, tomorrow, the next day. Silver. Bum, 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 bum. Dang, bloodbath today. Oof. Oof. Marathon Digital. Oh my goodness. And the market bosses giveth, and then they take it really fast on these. Like I said, those are like catching lightning in a bottle. You got to know when to hold them and know when to lock in profits. Otherwise, unrealized gains mean nothing, right? We talked about it. We covered it. Many reasons to sell, right? Many reasons to take profit on these Bitcoin miners. Hindsight, my mom closed out 50% of her position while hitting target 3, and then she closed out the rest of her position after hitting target 4. In hindsight, that was an amazing move on Bitfarm and Hive, both of them. So selling into strength, selling into FOMO, selling into strength, FOMO, and key target areas is the way, right? That's the way. I normally would just push it all the way to like target 4 or do my best to do that. But in my mom's case, she's living her best retired life. So she's not always, when I want her to sell or whatever, or I mean, she manages her own account, right? But when I want her to hit the sell button on, or the buy button for that matter too, on stocks and crypto, because she's a swing trader, right? Then she's not always available exactly when I want. Like I'll see a chart, I'm like, okay, do it. And then it's like she gets back to me when the market's closed. I'm like, oh, this is not going to work. You got to do it when I say to do it, right? So, so I had her take out 50% here because these things reverse quickly. These trading instruments, right? And these Bitcoin miners reverse fast because it's like catching lightning in a bottle. So target 3 has like, let's lock in 50% because what if she's away, right? She doesn't, her phone doesn't have reception or blah, 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 right? Everything's on her phone. So she's got 2 apps on her phone that we can do it quickly. But that's assuming I don't have her schedule. So I don't know what she's doing day to day. So anyways, 50% at target 3. And then here, I was like, let's close out the rest of your position, right? The lower time frames looked like it might have started to flip over. In hindsight, this is an amazing swing trade. Amazing, right? If you look at it from here, go like the 4-hour chart, right? Starting to reverse back. I was probably even looking at like a lower time frame, but started to, and then gapped, right? I think it was probably here when it was hitting target 4, somewhere around here, and then as it pushed higher and it gapped down, it's like, okay, let's close the position, right? Let's close the rest of it. Or somewhere around here by the time it was closed out. I don't remember, but it was pretty close. It was within target 4, whatever the dollar amount was. I don't remember exactly, but that was over a month ago. But on Bitfarm and Hive, as it's 50% here, 50% there. So the remaining 50%. No, she did not. No, she did not. What else? What else? Someone had me look at Playboy, and that gapped up today. So good luck trading that. You got the training dot all the way down here. So, right, talked about, if there's a breakout, maybe it looks like something like this, but gapped up today, 19%. So nothing you can do with that. What else? So I guess we'll cover some. 99,650 starting to make its move now. Ooh, just take a second, and then we'll go over the chart requests because we still got to get through that as promised. So stay tuned. I'm getting low on water, so I'm gonna go get some more water, and then we'll come back and do the chart requests and keep an eye on Bitcoin as well, because we're watching. This is the, will Bitcoin drop below $100,000 today? So I'll be right back. right, let's do some chart requests. We'll keep an eye on Bitcoin since this is the $100,000 Bitcoin watch party, I guess. So let's see. Let's go back to the comments real quick. Path. Is Path a stock or is it a crypto? Yeah. Come on now. Come on, JK. I'm assuming it's stock. Yeah, I mean, it's still bearish right now on the daily chart and just got rejected off the 200-week moving average. So that's not a good sign. Downward sloping 200-week moving average, right? Is the bottom in? I don't know. It's keeps making lower highs and lower lows as of right now. It was 88% down, and now it went to 89% down. So is this the low? Is that a higher low? Is that a higher high? Maybe, but it seems like it's coming back in for a test of the trending dots, and then you're going to find out. So the trending dots is what it's at $13. Let's call it. So $13. You got a gap there too, right? This gap looks like it was filled. Yep, that massive gap down was filled. I drew that a long time ago. 2024, that gap came on. That's a 30% gap, and that was filled. So gap filled. I always change it to green once it's been filled, right? But gap filled. This is the new gap. I always have a yellow dotted line just so when I see the yellow dotted line, I'm like, oh, it's a gap. But here, this tiny one was filled. So you got that gap at $13.39. You get the weekly trending dots at $13. Eyeball tests from this move to this move, probably looking at like target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4 probably comes around there too. So if you're bullish on Path, you'd want to see it like find support and then start flipping back around, that area like that. And then ultimately flip the 200-week moving average, which is like that, right? So it's got a lot of work to have done, but doesn't mean the bottom's not in. It's possible the bottom is in. It's just the daily chart is bearish. The weekly chart is looking like a correction to let the trending dots catch up. Monthly chart is showing signs back above the trending dots, but trending dots are way down here at $13 yet again. 2-week chart is still bullish, but the trending dots are at $12.50. 3-week chart above the trending dots, but those are again at $12.39. So maybe, and these old targets aren't even valid anymore. That was based off of this low over here, but it actually took those out. So these targets are no longer valid. Had hope, but nothing yet, right? So be in a bear market for much longer than what people think, right? So that's Path. Daily chart is going through a correction right now with signs of hope longer term. ICP, Robbie, on Coinbase. That helps. ICP. Yeah, when you tell me what exchange, then obviously two things. I know it's crypto at that point, and two, I can look at the same chart that you're looking at. So nice bounce from here to the 200-week moving average, and then got rejected from it. So looks like it wants to come back for a retest of the trending dots. RSI sell signal already. MACD bearish crossover in the near future. Weekly chart is bullish as of right now, but may come back in for that retest. There are signs of hope, so it could. It's too early to say, but it seems like it wants to do, but it may take some time to play out, right? So maybe it comes back in the handy dandy TA, and then you get more of a significant bounce whenever that happens, like when you're breaking out of this downward trend, right? So got rejected on a downward sloping 200-week moving average. So the downward sloping 200-week moving average is not good either. So it's cautiously, it might be cautiously optimistic for a bigger bounce. Why do I keep doing that? Let me get back on here. It's a cautiously optimistic until you see like it get back above this downward trend line. You see price get back above the 200-week moving average, and so on and so on. So let's see the 3-week chart. Below the trending dots. Monthly chart below the trending dots. So you get a close above the trending dots, or you start seeing price get back above it closing on the monthly. That's a positive sign, but it would be pretty late. So it's kind of what I'm watching right now, but definitely correcting this move right now. So this definitely going through retracement. So if you go like target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4, right? Maybe. So then you're going to want to see it like make the higher lows and the higher highs. You probably have another breakout opportunity, however it plays out after that. So it's kind of a wait and see right now. After that bounce, that was a nice bounce so far, right? Because even from right here, it's like a 200% bounce. What else? What else? What else? AG. First Majestic Silver Corp. Is that what you're looking at, Mike? Because AJQ is silver futures, but maybe this is a silver mining company. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Probably looks similar to it, silver futures and everything, anyways. But so you got a small gap up here, a small gap down here. Had the buy signal back above the trailing dots. And I talked about this on gold and silver when prices coming back down and everyone was posting that the top is in for gold and money's going to rotate over to Bitcoin. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I was saying over here that the top may not be in yet. There could be at the very least a double top or bearish divergence would be created, or because the higher time frames are still bullish. The higher time frames are still ultra bullish. So it came back tested the trending dots. Everything is still trending up as of right now. Long entry at $12. So that must have been recent, right? On the recent buy. So 2-week chart, 3-week chart, 56, monthly chart, right? So yeah, it's the, you played the breakout, and the breakout looks like that, say $12 or $12 here, starting to become a buy signal, and then closes above the trending dots, and then see if there's follow through after that. So, don't forget to have your stop loss or whatever, and or your mental stop loss, right? Whatever that looks like. If it starts closing back below, et cetera, then just know when to hold them, know when to fold them, right? So that's the daily chart. The higher time frames are still bullish. So if you took this entry, that's probably something I would have done, is while the higher time frames are bullish, it's a buy the dip opportunity until proven otherwise, right? So if the higher time frames have flipped bearish, then it's a short the bounce type of opportunity, in my opinion. So you got it, Robbie. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. So that's about it there. 99,200. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got to move the eyeballs down. Uh-oh. Ooh. You got it. Any follow-up questions? What you got? What you got? What you got? Let's see. Tau. 99,300 Bitcoin. Sub 100,000 Bitcoin. Will Bitcoin drop below $100,000 today? It did. It did. Oh, silver. So let me look at spot silver. Where is it? Where is it? Can't find it quickly. All right. We'll just move on to Tau. Okay. And then let's see, USDT. Okay, Binance. You tried a long. Are you still in the long? It's bearish on the daily chart. Pending sell signal on the weekly chart. On this exchange, sell signal on the 2-week chart. 3-week chart doesn't look great. Monthly chart doesn't look great. So I don't know, buddy. Right? Hopefully you're still not in it. You said tried, so it seems past tense. Getting some late requests in here, but all right, we'll do it since we're doing the Bitcoin $100,000 watch party over here. URA stock. Okay, what is that? URA. Oh, uranium ETF. Is that right? You're looking at uranium ETF. Seems like it. Okay. Let me know. Is that right, Jose? Dang, what a move that was. The retracement is on though. So you've got gaps down below. Yes. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Just want to make sure we're not just charting something that you have no interest in. Broke that trend. Breaking that trend. Broke that trend, right? Looks like a lower high here. So you got high, yeah, lower high, and back test of that upward trend line. Rejected off of there. So confirmed with the lower low over here, taking out this pivot point. So it's bearish on the daily chart. Yeah, gap here. Yeah, tiny gap down here. I don't know if that's significant enough. But target wise, probably looking at like target 1. Here, let's change that to orange. Target 2. Eyeball test, target 3. I don't know, something like that, right? So it's bearish on the daily chart. Weekly chart has come back into the trending dots. So let's see. Still currently holding longer term on the weekly chart. So it's possible it's still, let's see, hold on. You do have a RSI sell signal though, and a MACD bearish crossover pending. So, if those become sell signals and crossovers on Friday, tomorrow, then, expect bounces, expect, say if it closes here, maybe the daily chart bounces, creates a wick on the weekly chart, and then continues lower, right? So probably looking at that. So let's see in the daily chart. Let's redraw this in the daily chart. So today and tomorrow, right? Maybe it comes down all the way to target 3, creates a wick next week, or closes higher and then comes down. Lets those trending dots kind of catch up. Possibility. And change this to yellow. There. So maybe something like that, because the weekly chart's starting to sell with sell signals on RSI and MACD bearish crossover. Meanwhile, this was a nice huge move over here. So it's a retracement of 170% move in a short period of time. It's a retracement of that. So could still be bullish long term, but in the shorter term, like the daily chart, could see a correction. Netflix, kind of glanced at it already. There's not much really to show on it. You got it. You are welcome. Let's take a deeper look though. But bounce off of the trend line, daily chart. Weekly chart is bearish below the trending dot. So even if it bounces back up to 1200, so still currently trending downward on the weekly chart as of now. Even though longer term it's still above the trend line, trending dots having come over. It just probably takes time for it to all play out. But Netflix, that could be the top at 1342. Could get a bounce up in here. You have a lower high, a lower low, and any bounces from here could just be sold off, right? Could just be sold off. Yep. 99,200. What else? Yeah, we could look at Rivian. Are we gonna hit 99,000 today? What you think? We're gonna hit 99,000 while we're or below 99,000 while we're still live streaming. Oof. We got a lot of work to do today. A lot of work to do today. What's going on over here? $99,100. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. We have another chart request from Enrique dash S8V5F. Crazy. I'm like crazy. Crazy. Yeah, good job. Good job. That was a great decision. Sold Bitcoin. Then you bought Tesla at what was it? Did you buy it at 300? You sold at 4 something? What were the details again? I can't remember. You told me in the Discord, but it was you sold Bitcoin above 100,000. Then you bought Tesla at 300-ish and sold for 400-ish. What was it? Oh, Jesus. Good job. You bought it for 300? Oh, nice. You animal. You animal. I love hearing that in the Discord, by the way, in the private messages. Thank you. Sub 99,000. Now I have to edit it. There we go. I had to change the question mark to an exclamation point. Beast mode over there. Beast mode. You probably didn't even use leverage either, and you still made a killing, right? Because you at one point, I remember back maybe, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, a year or two ago, you were using like leverage for Tesla and stuff like that. I don't remember, but a couple years ago. You've been in the Discord forever. Oh, sub 99,000. All right, Rivian. I have it on the watch list somewhere. It used to be somewhat organized. Yeah, I've been doing much better trading with no leverage. Yeah, for sure. Some of these move so quickly, you don't even need leverage. Don't even need it. You can, if you had 40, 50% gains on stock or crypto spot with no leverage, and you do that 4 to 6 times per year, dude, that's all it would take. It's all it takes. Don't have to day trade manually and wake up at 2 a.m. and blah blah blah, all that stuff. You could just swing trade on the daily. What am I doing? I'm just scrolling. All right, let's get back into it. Rivian. It's on my watch list somewhere. There we go. See? I knew it was. There it is. There it is. Yep. Had the breakout. This is a weekly chart. Had the breakout on the weekly chart. There is a gap at $23. Let's look at the daily chart. So may take some time, right? May take some time to play out, but it's in a downward sloping 200-week moving average, so I don't love that. This was a nice bounce, but it got pretty far extended away from the trending dots, even on the daily chart. For sure, like in the shorter term, you can see like probably come back, right? And who knows if it continues up, hits the 200-week moving average, comes back down, right? Just takes time for the ship to get turned around, maybe. I don't know, but it is currently bullish on the daily chart. It is currently bullish on the weekly chart. So there are positives to Rivian. So it's possible this dip gets bought up, right? So this is like Rivian, in my opinion, would be more of buy the dip season, and Bitcoin is more of sell the rip season. So 3-week chart has a pending buy signal. Monthly chart is above the trending dots. Trending dots are trending upward. Like that's more of a buy the dip season, in my opinion. But there's some hurdles to get through. It's not all, before hitting like possible massive targets, it may take a long time for this to play out, right? I've seen some of these go through like big bottoming phases, right? And then maybe onto it. Like, for example, Lemonade. Lemonade took longer, right? And then Lemonade pumped. And I think it came up and hit target 2 so far, as an example. So could take longer, right? But it seems like it's more buy the dip season than it's not buy the dip season right now, based off the higher time frames and stuff like that. So, oh boy, hopefully that helps. So that's Rivian. Let me get rid of some of the doodling. Right? Clean up the doodle. There we go. 98,875 Bitcoin. Let's see. Target 4. Target 4 is now 5% away, or just about 5%, roughly 5% away. Bitcoin futures, 99,000. Uh, can you hear that? Sometimes you just gotta have a little bit of fun. It's just people get mad, people get triggered, but how could you get mad of a bear petting a bull? And it was made with grok, but it's kind of funny. I don't know. I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. December 2017, November 2021, October 2025. Kind of a pattern there, right? Kind of a pattern. So it would be crazy if the next pattern happened where, we saw the next cycle peak September 2029. That'd be insane, right? Who knows if the cycles are going to continue, but Bitcoin has never peaked beyond 550 days post halving. Is this time different? Right? You had a peak. It was like 350 days post halving. You had the first peak about 350 days. This is the first peak over here, about 100 some days post halving. This one was about 500 and something, 520 days post halving. This one was like 540 something days post halving. And this one was also like 540 something days post halving. Posted this on October 4th. And then the peak happened October 6th. That was 533 days after halving. So 535 days post halving, we saw the peak at 126,000. Extending cycles makes it entirely possible. Either that was the top or it's going to be really extended. Jesse, you have been more wrong than right about BTC. Yes, this time is different. I know. And then 13 days later, still just trolling. You can call me wrong, but I'm going to come back and get you. Yes, still. We're still not in bear market. October 30th, 12 days later. So now we're at 25 days later. Still, nothing has changed. Still 108,000. Okay, I'll check back in. Patience. November is coming. Usually is great. November 4th. Still? I don't think you respond. Maybe you are right, especially if we break $98,000. All right, we'll do this on the live stream just for fun. Question mark? There we go. There we go. So you're wrong until you're not, right? You're wrong until you're not, or you're right until you're not. So, that's where we're at. And now we're on day what? What are we on now? Day 572. So I posted that. It was 533 days. So almost 40 days ago. Before this peak, I posted it about 2 days before the peak. And we're trending downward. And we're trending downward. And we're trending downward, right? So that took it about, not that I expect it to play out exactly, but it's possible we don't see a rally for another 100 days. That'd be crazy. We don't see a significant rally for 100 days, right? Everything we kind of talked about. These are just ideas. Wow. Breaking below target 3 as we speak. Whew. We're going to hit target 4 today. How do I change the title to the $94,000 Bitcoin watch party? Oh my goodness. Dang. Change the target for watch party. Yes, sir. Oh, the bottom is in again. The bottom is in. The bottom is in. The bottom is in. Oof. I don't know if we'll hit target 4 today. I'm not sure if we're going to hit it today or not. Like I said earlier, the main support at 108,200 was lost, and he had a weekly close below it. And then I said over here, this is tiny support. This is tiny support. The main support was lost. This is tiny support. Bounce, 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 all the way up to 107, 500-ish with a wick, closed at below 106, and then straight down, right? So we never expect the fractals to work out exactly. They're just ideas. And I doodled it and drew them with bounces, at key target areas, right? Key target areas. So you can see a bounce over here was based off of a target 4, right? So, and it was a eyeball test and looking at targets and stuff like that. So it wasn't just a guess, but start off as an idea on October 8th when I posted this chart. Bitcoin was at 123,400, 500-ish. It was right there on October 8th when I posted this chart. But it's not the only reason why, right? It's not the only reason why. If bigger reasons why, you got targets, retracement targets. You've got small gaps. You've got weekly charts, right? You got higher time frames rolling over. So all of that combined shows lower. Back into target 4 for Ethereum. Algo, XRP. Algo, we could just we'll see. We'll see. The targets could still be valid. Obviously, you wouldn't be holding this position because if they're buy and it comes all the way back down, you'd be getting out of it. Let's see what happens though. See if it puts in a higher low. I mean, I'm hoping for a nice bounce or a mini alt season, not because I'm trapped, but because altcoins are fun. When altcoins are pumping, it's super fun, right? You can make money without leverage very quickly, potentially. So we'll see. But it's also possible that it does something like Rose and comes all the way down and revisits the bottom, right? Whew. Mm-hmm. Boom, 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 boom. So there we go, 98,000. That's what we're watching. I think we're going to get ready to call it, though. Music selection's not very good on here. Probably not going to hit target 4 today. Maybe. The day's not over. Still have 5 hours. That's maybe 5 hours. Right? Maybe. Ooh. Bitcoin is the same price as it was November 21st, 2024. That's a year ago. It's the same price as it was a year ago. Will it go sub 98,000? I don't know. Give it a couple more minutes here. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Oops. I was like, okay, at least it was only like 20 seconds. But yeah, so I don't think it's gonna hit target 4 while we're still live streaming, and I can't live stream for 5 more hours. I have to I got things to do. I got work to get done before daddy daycare what is that, 4.5 hours from now? So I have 4.5 hours until daddy daycare, and work to do, hang out with the baby. Then the in-laws are coming in later tonight. So got a big day, rest of the day, big night. But thank you for all your comments. Thank you for all of your support. I appreciate all of you. And then real quick, let's see. 70,000 market snipers are out there. I don't know how many are bots or not. None of it was paid for. It is all based off of the charts, and posting the charts to that. I thought since early 2021, I started posting my charts, and so thanks to everybody. I appreciate all of your support. Liking, smashing the like button, smashing the repost button, smashing sharing with family and friends, everything. Help me, help you, help me with algorithms. And 70,000 followers. So appreciate all of you, and we'll continue to sniper the markets together. I don't think we're going to hit target 4 while we're on the live stream. Maybe by the end of the day, but maybe not today, right? Maybe not today. So with that, hope you have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one tomorrow. Tomorrow will probably be really short because the in-laws are in town, and so probably keep it. I don't know. I always say this, but we'll probably keep it to like 30 to 45 minutes tomorrow. We went long and hard today. Was it 11 o'clock already? So we've been live streaming over 2 hours. So with that, have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one. Adios.